No.
We are live now, boys. Woo!
What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up to you, man? I got my. I believe it's going to get a little western tonight, so I put my cowboy hat on to hang on for the ride.
Yeah, you can sit back and let that brim down a little bit, and you look like Epic.
Epic. There you go. All Bob can do is put clickbait. Wait till you see. I've got the proof. I like it when everybody thinks every show is clickbait, but I've got the people coming up tonight. They've been texting back and forth. The one that's accusing of the other one being clickbait, and I've got the video to show it. So y'all just keep screaming clickbait all you want to. All I know is I've got what the evidence and the two people coming on here. Now you can call it what you want to, but even Steve, my man, how you doing tonight?
Doing great.
He doesn't even
Just
know.
wish I could have found me a Hooters shirt today. I looked all over. I tried to get me a Hooters shirt to, starting a new profession.
Hooker, not Hooter. Come on, man.
Yeah, I'm Hooker, not Hooter. Yeah, but somebody decided to call me Hooter over the weekend, so I was just, looking at different opportunities.
Hey, I sent you a shirt. Might have been a little expensive, but I sent you a shirt. Said Weekend Hooker on it.
I know. I need one that says Everyday Hooker because, I just don't party on the weekends. I got 7 days a week.
There you go. How you doing, Mr. Randy? Good to see you here tonight.
I am great today, man.
Yep.
Just getting everything put together. Been fishing all afternoon. It's been a good day.
Awesome. I'm going to be putting Randy on the spot because I found out a little information about him too. I said I have been digging up dirt on people, and I'm going to call some people out. But first, let me say hello to everybody in chat. Hey, everybody in chat. Bobcat in here hollering clickbait. What you doing, Mr. Ed? We are going to expose the people. There's Chadwick, Mr. Chad. There's Ryan Bortz. How you doing, sir? There's a River Rat 3030.
River Rat.
They think that because they are clickbait. Man, what's up? Tom, how you doing? What's up, everybody there? Mac, how you doing? Let's see who we got. Mr. JG Hill. Get her done or not? Ha. There you go. Burrito. Hey. I wonder where she's at. Man, she's usually sitting there with you, so.
She said you didn't want her in here, so she wasn't coming in here.
Come in anytime she wants to. What's up, Jersey? Anytime she wants to. Let's see. Real and virtual, how you doing? It's about to get deep. Yes, it is. I'll guarantee you. We've got some folks that we're going to put on the spot. I got 2 different pay Lakers I'm going to be putting on the spot, boys. I guarantee you. What's up, Mr. Guerrero? How you doing, sir? Did I say River Rat 3030 yet? I think I did, but I'm going to sling it out there one more time. I think
Man, he's been catching some fish.
There's Darlena right there. Hello, Miss Darlena. How you doing? Good to see you in there. She's got something special she's going to be whooping up for the gathering for me that we're going to be showing before long. I said no such thing, Randy. Ooh, Randy. So you had a good week, did you, Randy?
I have had a good week this week.
That's awesome. Well, let's talk about a few things here. I haven't had a great week this week. I'm going to get up honest and real. I had an appointment Monday to take my catheter out from my surgery that I had a week ago Monday, and everything was going good. And then all of a sudden, everything shut down, and I wound up in the emergency room yesterday screaming to the top of my lungs, son, you don't know what it feels like to not be able to pee. And I never knew how it felt like not be able to pee too. And man, they had to do the recatheterization. I got to have it for 2 more weeks. Okay. I spewed out 2 liters that I was back there. 2 liters. They was like, oh my goodness, that's crazy. So I haven't had a good week, and man, I've just been digging some dirt. Now let's just pull out the first pay Laker I know of right off the bat. And you guys think this is clickbait. Randy, I heard you as a pay Laker, buddy. Is this a
Oh,
truth or a lie? Have you been going to pay lakes in your lifetime, sir?
I have been to Pay Lakes.
Mm-hmm. So everybody said this is clickbait, but
You know, it's true. I mean, but now that in the big scheme of things, that was 45 years ago.
you still were there.
That's right. We used to
Put
skip.
your hand up and say guilty as charged for everybody out there.
Yep, guilty as charged.
Yeah.
We had Randy Holland could sign himself out of school, and me and Randy Greer would throw our rods in the back of his truck. We'd ride the bus to school, get off the bus, cross the street, get in Randy Holland's truck, go to Pay Lake for the day. At the end
Sounds
of the
like
day, at the end of the day, he'd bring us back to school. We'd go back across the street, catch a bus, and ride it home. And it worked out pretty good because the bus driver,
my understanding, it became profitable for you too.
It did. We'd catch enough fish that we could. They would buy our fish back by the pound, and we would catch enough fish during the day to pay for our day trip. and all of our consumables.
Nice.
Because you know a bunch of 15, 16, 17-year-old boys would had consumables.
Yeah. Oh man, I tell you, I didn't know. Hey, this is not the main people I was talking about. I know some more people that fished them. I think Roger said he fished them before he knew better too. There's been a lot of people, and I'll tell you, it's a hot subject because guys, it's depleting our river systems, and we know that, and it's bad. It's bad that it is depleting our river system, and we've even had them here in Tennessee where it's illegal to do that. Come in, sneak them out, and take them back to Kentucky and stuff like that. So
they'll load them out of Norris and out of Loudon here, and Watts Bar. They hit I-75 and they're up into Kentucky in an hour.
Yeah, and we have a company that catches the catfish out of Dick and Jack in Chickamauga also. They use them for eating, but they are catching them out, and I can tell a difference. The fish are nowhere near what they were when I first started fishing 5 years ago. I mean, I don't know about that.
Well, that'd be the same as going to a pay lake almost.
Well, close to it. Hey, I did hook my biggest fish with him, but I didn't pay him for it. Yep, I did before I realized what they were. To make up for it, I spread information as much as possible. Yep, that's what I said. Before you knew what they were, you did. And I had a friend. I'll tell you this experience. I had a friend, and still a friend. I mean, I didn't unfriend him or anything like that. I did probably offer you gas money, Bob. But I did have a friend, and when I was fishing Lake Lanier and Carter's and Altoona catching catfish before I found out about Tennessee, I had a friend. He would send me pictures of catfish he'd catching because he'd seen I'd been catching them. And I was like, man, them are monsters. Where'd you catch them at? In a lake over here in Douglasville, or he'd say, but come to find out, that's what he was going to, and I didn't realize it was pay lakes. So there are some pay lakes here in Georgia. Daryl, hold off on any more names. The guilty are openly confessing now. See, y'all thought this was clickbait, but it's not. I exposed the rod industry and let you know that the best rod was a dang dock demon. Catches every piece of fish out there. And I mean, they've claimed every show we've had has been clickbait. Why would they?
We got proof every time. We bring proof and facts.
Yeah, exactly. Did y'all not?
This is breaking news.
We showed all those Teamy rods and stuff like that, and then y'all showed the dock demons. It was like, there it was.
Well, you've already had two of us confess.
Yeah, I mean, we've already got 2 confessions going there. But I've got somebody that has claimed, and I'm going to just tell you, they're going to be in here at 9:30. I told them to be in the basement at 9:30. We're going to bring them up. Even Randy doesn't know who it is, or Mr. Hooker Thomas there. I have not told anybody who these people are. I didn't want the word to get out. These two people know they're coming up. They know that they know each other, and one's accusing, the other one's claiming he didn't. But I do have video showing it, so we'll see how it works. But like I said, it is a bad situation that's going on. It's depleting them. I'm telling you, when I first started fishing Nickajack below Chickamauga, the river part, every time I went fishing, I was catching fish that was 30s, 40s, and 50 pounders. I don't do that near as much as I used to do it. And it has to be that. I don't know anything else it could be.
Well, you run a net all the way across the river, and then you go down a quarter of a mile, and you run the net off the other side across the river.
Yeah.
And or you set out trot lines that's got 300 or 400 hooks on them.
Yeah, or baskets.
Or put big baskets out.
Yeah. And I mean, they're just catching them. I mean, I can't remember the name. I mean, Bobcat's in here. He probably can. I can't remember the name of the fish market that catches them out of where we're at. But I mean, I've talked to them. Oh, come on, Chad.
You know they ain't gonna give you no credit.
He has lately. Oh, man. Hey, we come in 8th place in the first tournament last weekend. It was rough, man. That win was unreal.
When you say we, you mean Woody?
Woody wasn't with me. Me and a friend of mine, Cody, went out, and he wanted to fish Nickajack. He has the what is that, Starlink?
Yeah.
But he was planning on fishing it for 2 days and finding some spots, but it didn't work out. He didn't get to fish, and so that's true. Hey, at least I finished above a few of them. So
good evening, Donnie and Jeremy and Don.
Don, what's up, Don? DC Fish Market. Thank you, Ed. Ed, DC Fish Market. Ed, I want to ask you and Bob Oss both. Have y'all seen a decline where we fish at in the, let's just say the from 30 up to 50 pounders that you used to catch 4 or 5 years ago? Because I have. I mean, it's not, you don't catch. I can catch a lot of the 20s and 30s, but man, it used to, like I say, I'd say every third trip you'd catch one over 40 pounds, and it's not that way anymore. Yeah, like up at the dam, there's some stays in there that you can catch a few, but I'm talking about as a whole, all the way down through there. I don't think so.
Dude, that's insane. That big of fish. We don't have nothing that big out here.
And then the thing about it is,
20 pounder, that's pretty good.
The thing about it is the fish markets and the guys that are doing it commercially and doing it legally, that's one thing. But you're only allowed one fish over 34 inches a day. And they're catching, yeah.
That's all he fishes.
That's it. But they're going in and they're raping everything.
Yeah.
And they're especially the big fish, they're taking them and putting them in these pay lakes. And it's killing it.
Yeah.
It takes a long time for a fish to get up to 50 pounds.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, how long does that take, would you say, for a fish to get, say, 50?
Well, they've got to have the good genes to start off with. And I ain't talking about putting on a pair of pants either. And I would say probably 10 years, I would think, 10 to 15 years.
I was thinking, they said somebody I read the other day or heard somebody the other day said 12 to 15 years.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this much. The most of those big 100-pounders that like's been caught for trophies and they've done autopsy, I call them, they rate them around 20-something years old. That's what they count them around 20.
Bobcat says 15 years to reach 50.
Yeah, 15.
That's insane.
That's what I figured around 15. Like I say, it takes a long time, and when you start, and people say leave the big ones in, but if you keep catching all the little ones, they're never going to get the big either. I mean, that's the bad part about it, also. So,
and I'm gonna tell you, anybody that would eat a fish out of Loudon, you know, you deserve what you get. Loudon comes right through the middle of downtown Knoxville, and everything in the world's been dumped in it. And now they have got, they have cleaned it up a lot in the last 10, 15 years, but it's still nasty.
well, what it is all that lead and stuff like that's on the bottom of the river, and that's where the catfish stay most of the time. So
And that's where the bait fish are.
Yeah. So I don't see how they make it legal for that DC fish market to catch them and use them to eat, because they say not to eat over 1 or 2 a month out of there. So I don't get it, but.
Well, you know how it is. They can just say, well, it's below the recommendation of being too high or something, so it's okay for you to eat it. It's all a money game.
Bobcat, the spill was on the upper end of Watts Bar. It wasn't over here in Loudon.
But anyway, there's a lot of stuff that goes on that's in these rivers that has, and it's not from recent. They've cleaned them up. I'm not saying that, but it's the stuff that's still down there in the bottom of the river, and it's for the fish that stay down there in the bottom of the rivers that causes. So, if I knew where that they was coming out, there she is. Hello, hey. How are you, Amy?
Hello.
Amy, come on, you're supposed to.
I used to like you.
I know. Sorry.
The very beginning.
Before I ever started talking, huh?
Exactly.
Oh,
but, that's like a lot of your bait fish and all, your skipjacks and everything like that. They spend and gizzard shad. They spend a lot of time down in that mud, down around the mud. White bass, which are 3 primary food for the catfish.
Yeah.
They say if you're going to eat catfish up here, you do not eat any belly meat. And everybody knows that the belly meat's the best part of the fish. And but they say don't eat the belly meat because it's got that they absorb so much mercury and all into that part of their body.
Yeah, mercury. That's what I was trying to think of, that they say is down there. And it's still there. And it will, from my understanding, it won't ever go away.
It will forever be there.
But my thought is, will it not get deeper under silt or the mud as more dirt goes down and fills in the river? That's my only thing. Which, people.
The thing about it is, Daryl, it'll sit there and the dirt, every time it floods, it'll
Jimmy?
boil it up.
Oh, okay.
And keeps it stirred up.
I was a fish biologist in my other life, but not this life, so I can't tell you,
But even here in Utah, we have mercury warnings all over for trout and stuff like that. So, and they don't really play that much. They do a little bit in the mud, but not like a catfish does. But we still get warnings all the time. Don't eat fish out of here because of the mercury. So, I just don't know if it's just because it's in the mud or if it's, a bigger problem with the runoffs coming in. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing about it is every body of water they say the fish is bad in. I'm up here at the headwaters of Tellico Lake. Water's coming out of the mountain, yes, coming from Fontana and down now, but it's all mountain stream water. And the furthest lake east in Tennessee is Chilhowie, and they've got signs up everywhere. Don't eat the fish, contaminated. But we eat all this fish anyway. It's fish company, these fish, if they farm raise them, they're feeding them poop there.
Yeah.
That's what tilapia is fed when it's farm raised. It's human excrement that they that they've dried, and then they put it into cakes and they break it up into little pellets, and that's what they feed tilapia. If you don't believe me, go watch.
I've never eaten one of them.
Yeah, go watch Farm Raising Tilapia.
Well, you know what they feed cattle, don't you? In these cattle lots, chicken manure.
Yeah.
Chicken manure, because chickens do not. They waste their body don't absorb all the nutrients and stuff out of the food, and so they feed cows chicken manure. So when we're eating cows that come from the
A feedlot.
supermarket, you're eating chicken poop, basically.
Yep.
I mean, it's just the way
That's
it is.
nasty.
Exactly, Jeff Bill.
That's why I'm raising my own pigs now and my own chickens, and you know, it's. I know what I'm eating. I can't do that with a cow yet because I don't have enough land I've got grass on it yet. But we've got 5 pigs now that we're raising for different members of my family. Actually, I've got to take one to Brandon. Brandon bought one from me. So I got 4 pigs that we're raising out, and I want my grandson also to grow up to know how it is to farm, to raise pigs like when I was a boy, and chickens and stuff like that. So
Yep.
we can know what it's like to do that. There's so many people now don't know.
I'll tell you a good one, Daryl. My daughter has a little 3.5 acre mini farm. Right now in her house, she's got a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old boys, and they have 2 baby goats in the house. The mama's rejecting them. They wear diapers around on the inside of the house. She takes them to work with her. She works at a vet clinic, but she takes them to work with her. She's got, I think, 48 eggs in an incubator in the closet. These boys are true, and they are out.
Are you trying to say these are woke chickens? They're going to come out of the closet?
Yeah.
That's a bad way to start.
I'm just saying. I'm just going with what you're saying. That to me,
well, maybe if you do that, the roosters will lay eggs. You never know.
That's pretty good. I like that. That's pretty good. But no, I remember my great grandfather he had a farm and raised chickens and pigs and stuff like that, and that was some fond memories I had. And I'm like, I'm going to give my grandson that memory also. So we're going to go that way about it. Well, I've got somebody that's just come in, and I know we said 9:30, but I've got the accuser here, and we're going to let him talk, and then we'll bring in the accusee, and the accusee is here also. So I'm going to bring the accuser in first, and he can tell me when he wants me to play the video that we have. And then we'll bring in the accusee and let him defend himself about being a pay laker. So everybody welcome in Mr. J-Dog. How you doing, J-Dog?
Oh, Lord.
He's had a rough day today.
Had a rough one.
And I'll tell you what, I heard that the accuser or the accusee might have done some damage to your vehicle or something. That's what you're thinking?
Yep. Chad didn't work today, and just so happened my 2017 broke a brake line today, so I couldn't. They tried to get coming up here. That's what it was.
No, wait a minute. Who? Chad? Is this who you're accusing? And tell me something here. Talk to me now.
It was Chadwick Fields, Mr. Goody Two-Shoe. Yeah.
Chad Fields, you're calling him a pay laker.
Wow.
I sent video proof of him pay laking me.
Pay laking you. Okay. So do you want me to play this video and you talk about it? Is that what you want?
Let's bring him in here. I want to hear what he's got to say.
Oh, okay. So we're going to bring him in. Okay, guys, let's welcome Mr. Chad to the chat. What's up, Chad? How you doing, sir?
False allegations, as usual. I mean,
I sent proof that you pay like me. Video proof.
You, sir, are fake news.
That's Daryl, not me.
I can't argue with
I
the
mean,
man.
it could be
Argue with the
true.
man on that point. But
That's valid.
all I have to say is the first person to post a video of someone pay-laking him was me, because you pay-laked me, pal. You're supposed to set the community standards as the GOAT of the Ohio, and you have failed.
Do you want me to tell you why he don't like me, Daryl? You mean I can
yeah.
show you. I'll show you. All you gotta do is look over my shoulder right there. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's stealing all my fish.
Look at that picture right there. You see that?
Yeah.
See that hog.
Man, that's it, huh? He's jealous, is what you're saying.
Can't really see that one because the light's shining on.
Yeah.
That right
So
there.
you're calling him a
Monsters.
jealous paylaker. So I guess what y'all are saying is y'all's term of paylaking is different than going to a pay lake catching fish. Is this what
Yeah,
we're
we're not pay-laking like you guys do. No, we actually go to real bodies of water and catch big fish. But I can't.
Hey, only
catch
one
the
of
big
us
fish.
pay Lake.
Well, I'm just saying, I can't catch the big fish because Jason's basically like the commercial pay-laking guy from ours. Wherever I set up, he either sets up right behind me or right next to me. And go ahead and show your video, because I mean, it's all about point of view here. But I mean, to me, it's fake news. I'm just saying.
Chad, I heard that you almost run over him getting into position to fish there.
I'm the one that showed him where the fish were.
Yeah, but
Hey.
you didn't have to run over him once he beat you there.
Mason was crying. He said, "Daddy, are you okay? Is Chad's line going to hit you on the side of the head?" I said, "It'll be all right, baby."
Nice.
All right, let's show the video, guys. We got to show.
See, Mark, he's doing it again.
He's doing it again.
Catfish and crappie was scared to death for me, so he was pecking on me. He said, "Buddy, are you okay?" He said, "Are you really pay-laking him?" I said, "No, Mark, and I'm going to prove it." And I sent it to him and showed him. Yeah.
Oh, so you talking to Mark there. Okay. Let's show it one more time where we can get a better look at this. Let's watch this one.
See, Mark, he's doing it again.
This guy, he's right on top of us again.
No, that's
Chad got that
if you
big.
all you gotta do is pay attention to the video. Me and Mason are fishing. Our poles are out. He's throwing his out in the video. You see it.
So you see what had happened was.
What had happened was.
So what had happened was is somebody said, "Hey, I want to fish with you," and I said, "Okay, I'll be there at this time." He said, "Bring a partner because I don't really want to fish with you, but close to you. I want to see how you do it because you're a better fisherman than I am." I said, "Fair point." Okay, so launched a boat. I waited an hour for this guy to show up. I had already caught all the bait, so that he, because he's not very good at that kind of stuff either. So I shared that kind of stuff with him, and I set up, and I said, "All right, we'll wait for this guy to show up." Right? So he finally does. Blah blah blah. I said, "All right." So I've been looking around. I said, "Let's go upriver." He's like, "I got these magical holes." And I'm like, well, "Okay, your son's here. We need to watch the chatter here." I said, but he said, they're dead. We're going to catch 50 fish in each spot that I've got picked out. I said, "Okay, let's go." So we hit spot number 1, no fish. Let him take me spot number 2, no fish. I said, "All right, let me show you how this is done, rookie." I said, let me look around here.
Rookie.
And I set up right on this one spot. And I said, "All right, so this is where we're going to fish." And what does he do? He scoots right in behind me, and that is where video evidence number 1. If you go over to my Facebook channel and my YouTube, it's posted. He set up behind me, and lo and behold, who caught fish there? That guy, the paylaker of all time. Guess what? I said, "Okay, fine. We're going to find spot number 2 for you," which is video evidence that he brings to the table, where I was already scouting that. And I put him in the spot. I said, "You guys sit here. That's the number 1 spot in this area. I'm going to move over here and just kind of look around, and then I'll set up." Then he pulls out his camera and starts doing these fake recordings to people from Chicago. Like, you can trust those people. I mean, I mean, come on, if that's his backup, guys, really? That's what you're believing?
you're saying,
Guys from Chicago?
Chad, you're saying that you ended up catching fish underneath his boat where he pulled up?
No,
over the top of him?
I sacrificed Randy. I did not catch fish. I was there for the enjoyment of trying to fish with my friends and put him on fish because he was not able to do so, especially
That
in the
sounds
spot,
better than caring.
in these what he called glory holes that just held tons of fish. Right? He couldn't do it. He couldn't produce. He got stage fright, so I had to find fish for him so that his son, my awesome sweet nephew, could have a good day of fishing. And if you did notice on my video evidence proof number 2, there's a video out there of Father of the Year that I posted where I put his son on fish for him, and he had a proud dad moment taking credit for that as well.
Ooh.
Ask my wife. I sent her pictures of a video of Chad driving up the river towards me. She says, "Is that Chad?" I said, "It's Chad." Yep. She's right there in chat. You
So you're gonna sit in here and I guess basically trash a son's daddy right in front of him like this? Is that right, Chad?
Pretty much.
Here's the way to look at it. I have been fishing the Licking River for 35 years, probably.
Licking rivers? What?
Licking River, 35 years. Chad's been doing it for 2 years. So who's going to get advice from who?
Let me ask you a question. Who is the only Kentucky and Ohio area angler that you don't have to give permission to fish the Licking because you look up to them because they're your hero?
Hooks and hammocks.
That didn't go the way I planned.
Oh my god!
But you screwed it up. I don't have to look up to him. I gotta look down.
Oh my god! Oh man! I tell you what, this is fun.
Well, see, I wondered about Chad, and I like Chad. I mean, don't get me wrong, but I wondered about him because he never goes fishing. But every time he goes, he magically catches all these fish. And unless he's going to pay like it's the only way I can figure out he's doing it.
See, he used to be fishing with the Chad, right? But how do you make a pay lake? You turn a field into water. Right?
Exactly. That's I don't doubt you.
You take a field, and you put water in it, and you got fields to water, pay lake. It's right there. It's written out for you.
Chad, I don't know how you're gonna beat that one, brother.
I got nothing. I got nothing other than heartbreak, Daryl, because somebody that I don't consider some people in this community friends, right? I consider some family, and then I have some that I consider brothers. And I'm gonna be honest, the hurt that I feel right now from like one of my most closest brothers right now.
Hey, be honest, Norm ain't here. Norm ain't here. This has nothing to do.
I promised myself I wouldn't cry, Daryl.
Hey,
but
Chad, Norm ain't here. This has nothing to do with him. This is me and you.
Why you got to cut so deep? I mean,
said a brother. So
I ain't gonna lie. Okay, that hurt.
You ain't gonna lie.
I ain't gonna lie. I didn't see. Look, this is painful. This is painful for people to watch because I've done nothing but be good to this man. I've inspired him like no other. He goes out and has caught monster fish. I've helped him put his wife on that fish in the back there. He wasn't even going to go fishing that day, but I inspired him to do so. Told him where it would be and everything. I've really upgraded his junk equipment that he had back in the day. That now he feels good about being out on the water and his top quality stuff that he's buying. But what do I get? I get put on blast for fake news. I'm just saying.
No
Chad's
respect.
You know what? This is becoming like the Tennessee River.
Yeah.
What?
This is it's my spot, and nobody can fish it.
The Tennessee, that would be the Tennessee River where they took like first and third this year in the tournament.
Yeah,
Okay, that one.
Yeah, that's because nobody fishes from the Ohio.
Fourth, they took fourth and fifth, and
nobody fishes from the Ohio, so we just host and
that's your problem, not ours.
Hey, if it wasn't for nobody would even know who Daryl was if it wasn't for people like the Chad. I'm just saying. I've made most of you in this community. Thank you very much.
I keep hearing all this hate for the Tennessee River people.
I know.
And everybody that fishes Ohio says, "Oh, there ain't no fish here. There ain't no fish here." But Charlie and Julie are catching fish tonight.
No. Hold on.
J-Dog
hold on.
J-Dog is sitting there catching fish every time he goes.
Because I told him where they're at.
Cooking hammock or catching fish?
And you can't.
But Daryl, Chad, he's been fishing there 20 years longer than you have.
One, you can't. Joe, Julie and Charlie are in a different atmosphere. So get that out of your head.
They're in a completely different category from you because
they are in the Mississippi River, Ohio River confluence. Is why that's a big difference down there.
Yeah, they think just because it says Ohio River, we fish all the same place.
Yeah,
it's like our river. I mean, it's only 652 miles long.
Well, ours is almost just under 1,000 miles long, and we have the awesome part of being right in Pay Lake, the mecca of Pay Lakes, right?
So why don't you drive a little ways and get into better water? All I know.
I'm sorry, Mr. Rich Man. I'm not built of money, but we do.
I mean, I live in a crap hole.
It ain't no further than that.
But listen, but where we live is the mecca of all of the Pay Lakes, right? So when you're talking about where everything's at, we are the most hard hit area in Kentucky. So again, I will give my best friend Tara all the credit for the fish that she caught, because that's a fish of a lifetime in our area because of what's happened to it. So
I can't believe Brian B is such a baby in here. It's not even about him, but he's trying to make it about him. But anyway,
the only thing he ain't done is admit that he's the one that fishes Pay Lakes.
He don't even fish.
Well, that's
look at that.
Well, yeah. So
look at that.
That's right.
Look at that way. Big was that?
I think that scale was broke when he weighed that one.
That's got to be at least 80-something pounds. How much is that weigh?
My scale was broke. It said 70, but I don't think so.
Nah, that's
bigger.
Look at this.
That's a monster.
That's the one that broke my scale.
That's about a 60 at least.
No, that folded the arms on my whisker seeker scale.
So, Chad, you want to go ahead and show everybody your big ones, since he's trying to show his off?
I ain't got no big ones. I fish for knowledge.
That's what she said.
Man. Well, I guess you guys that said this was clickbait got yourself straightened out tonight, didn't you? So
that's right. So I think we've proven that J-Dog was the Pay Laker and that he paid off Daryl, because you obviously see that Daryl didn't bring any other evidence to support both claims. He did not do his research. He's basically a MSNBC reporter that only gets one side and reports on it instead of freaking getting the news.
You've known about this show for a week. You sent me no evidence of the other way. J-Dog.
As a reporter, your guest has to do all. Hey, guys, I'm about to look like the best fisherman of all time next time he asks me to do something.
I sent you what J-Dog sent to me, where you would have a rebuttal. Did you not? It's sort of like Discovery with lawyers. Hold
on. We're gonna go to that.
Oh, let me finish. I've let you talk all this.
You have been live for 42 minutes. I received that an hour ago.
All right. So anyway, what I'm trying to tell you guys is that I sent this to him. He could have had a rebuttal. He decided not to represent some rebuttal because I don't know if he's got any rebuttal.
Hey, Daryl, there's Colton.
What's up, buddy? How you doing, Colton? That's my little buddy. We're gonna go. I'm taking him catfish for long.
This is not no joke. Chad was so close to me, I could literally just reach off the boat and grab his line and pull it up and check his bait. And that ain't a joke.
That's pretty dang close.
I turned around and told him, I said, when you want your baits checked, let me know and I'll pick them up and check them for you.
Man, y'all rough.
Boy,
Anyway,
What Chad ain't telling you is we supposed to fish together that morning. But he just blew me, Tara, and Mason off like we was nothing and took Bill. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yep.
I think he's through. I think he just shut down. I'm very certain he's shut down.
look at him. He's typing into the chat now.
And Tara was so upset, I just sent her to Miami that day. I said, go to Miami for a few days and calm down. She was heartbroken.
You know.
Three times. Just so you
Brian is a butt kisser, ain't he, here tonight?
Yeah, I gotta correct Daryl if I'm off mute again, but that's 3-time Pipe Talk Show of the Year host winner. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
what
thank
is
you
it-
for
somebody else-
making my show so much better. So I guess my thought is, I mean, you had, you could send me over your evidence right now. I could upload it, but you had a week. I sent you the video a week ago, but where you could have a rebuttal.
You sent it an hour ago.
What?
I have it in my messenger, and it says 1 hour ago.
This is something.
You can't deny it. Your channel name tells on you. Turning a field, putting water in it, turns it into a pay lake. Field to water. I mean, you wrote it out for everybody.
It just means that I can turn anything into an awesome fishery when I'm there. That's what it really means. Kind of like every time I go to the Tennessee River, I could win the King of the Tennessee River tournament. I'm just saying. Anytime I fished on the Tennessee River and the Tennessee River are fishing either a King of the Tennessee River or a whatever, blah, 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 1 hour ago. Now, here we go. Fake news.
I'm trying to get, there it is. What's the date on that, guys?
March 20th
That's
at
what it
10:49 a.m.
Oh, are you talking about you're sending me stuff in the middle of my poor wife going through medical stuff that I've been dealing with?
Fields.
Yeah.
March 20th. That was last week.
Fake news
Yeah,
in the MSNBC, huh?
Yeah.
I think I sent you the evidence there. Just saying.
Chad didn't want me up here. My brake line got cut, my rubber line. Now, what's the chances of a 2017 brake line breaking? And he was off work today, supposedly going, for stuff. But we can't prove it. We didn't see nothing.
It looks like Bob and Brian B must be gotten paid off by Chad, because they're only two that's really trying to defend him now that we've had the evidence out, where I sent him the discovery on the 20th and today is the 26th.
Look,
You've had discovery.
I've got a lot of stress going on in my life right now, making sure that my dear, sweet partner and wife is taken care of, okay? And
I'm glad
I've got
to hear
come in
she's
here
doing
and
good.
deal with these allegations that are false. And I just sent you I had to send you the YouTube video because I don't know where the videos are besides that. But I don't even care if you play the first one, but I want you to play the second one, please, of the kind video that I put out and the allegations that I make about my friend being such a great father. But that's okay. That's okay that it's not reciprocal friendship here, whatever.
Man, I forgot the popcorn. I should have brought popcorn to this meeting.
That's the reason I went and got my big cup out.
Oh, hey, we want to talk about big cups? Look what we got to be packing today. That's a lot of soda.
You're drinking White Claws out of that or something? He can't even get in his mouth. Hey, I just put my Nina's kayak crew in the dishwasher after using it.
Nice.
Very nice mugs.
And White Claws. Who drinks White Claws? That's Coke, bro. 100%.
White
And I believe
Claw.
I believe at FOA Customs and Gear you can use FTW10 to save 10%.
You could also use J-Dog 10.
No, you use FTW10.
Use J-Dog 10. He's better. You know, I consider that guy, well, at one point up until tonight, the GOAT of the Ohio. So, yeah.
Listen at him sucking. Listen at him sucking up because he acts like he doesn't want this to come out and be made public. But I mean, we're sitting here with all these people in here watching that have already know about it. Chad, what are you sucking up for now?
I am a beloved community leader, and everybody knows that I am just so good of a person. Never do anything wrong.
Just like when the Blue Crew went against the River Rats. Where was Chad? Right behind me on the river again.
Hey, I'm going to play this. I can't get this to come up to transfer and everything, so I'm just going to play it off my phone and let you guys see it. Now, you said that, what did you say about how it was set up? Would you like to set this up for us?
Which one are you looking at?
Some people will do anything to take your fishing spots.
So this was, before said video that was brought to light about myself, after his first two glorious big holes of fish that he was supposed to set us up on, because he's already, he fished every day for a week, couldn't find fish, and he called me to say, hey, I really need you on the Lake River to help me, but this is where I think, right? And I said, this is where they're at. I set up. I said, come on up over here and set up next to me, and his next to me was behind me. So just to preface this.
Go ahead.
Is that a technical foul?
Me, Tara, and Mason caught 200 fish in December out of Licking River. Just saying.
Okay, we're going to play this. No. Uh-oh, it's on mute. Hang on.
What a rookie. Come on.
When you're in a really, really good spot.
Notice my fishing poles are out.
Now, see, looks like to me you're set up behind him. So if you're set up
I was set up up top of him on the river, on the Licking River. I was already set up.
Yeah, above him. You're set up above him. Well, I would call behind him. So wouldn't that be if he was already there, then you would stop behind him and thrown in? I'm just questioning. I don't know.
I was already set up. He moved right in there and then just started.
So he came in front of you? I've never seen anybody do it that way. It'd be hard to get
he came right up the river behind me, threw out his anchor, and drifted back about 10 feet and started casting lines.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just called him in a lie because I have a Cat River anchor. I got to let out my 400 foot for my anchor to dig in.
Well, you were right beside us, and you did not do 100 feet. We were only in 13 feet of water, so I know you didn't do that many feet.
So we're going to play this other one right quick, and y'all can see what you think about that one. Let's take off the... Oh, it quit. What did they do that for?
You're double tapping the screen.
These guys need some tech dudes. Look at that. Look at that Father of the Year video that I put out. That Daryl didn't even read what I said, but it was really, really nice.
Man.
And that was after finally putting him on the fish in the spots that I picked out for him.
But hold on. Let me show you. Let me do a little detecting for you here. Did you see the first video when he said I pay laked him? He was way behind me, right? But in that video, he was directly across from me. And he didn't say nothing about pay laking in that one.
No, I already pointed out that you pay late me. Not
You,
not set side by side, but you literally pay late behind my boat where my rods were. You basically threw your anchor line over Bill's line.
Okay, I'm going to settle this right now, guys. I'm going to settle this right now.
you went behind me, didn't catch nothing. You seen Mason catching fish, so you floated up to me, and fish tried to catch a poor little 11-year-old boy's fish.
Well, Bill did. I didn't. Bill put me on the bank, so.
See,
I got a
he
quick
just told
question.
on. He just
That's
told.
worse than me trying to beat that little 10-year-old this weekend.
He just told on it. He just told on himself. Bill put me on the bank, which means they moved to me, which they pay like me because they moved to
No,
me.
Bill had all of his lines out, and all I was left with was basically putting all my rods over by the bank.
Man, I just can't put up with no more of those folks. My nerves are set up. Thanks for coming on the show, guys, but I just can't take any more of this. I don't know. This one's saying this one's saying that. These guys are sorry, guys. I couldn't take no more. Thank you for coming on the show. I don't know. I'm gonna give them one last word, guys. I'm gonna bring you back up and give you one last word. Anything you want to say here, and then we're gonna come. We got to go, man. We got things. I just.
You want
I'm
me
not
to name
judging
them where we
Jeremy.
shut them up, Daryl, after a certain amount of time?
Y'all got
There you go.
2 minutes, 1 minute each, and then you're done. Okay, Jay, your last words.
I don't have nothing to say. I don't need to prove what I did or didn't do. He does, whichever way he is. I have video proof he did it. He needs to say whether he did or didn't. Yeah.
Okay, Chad.
To all my beautiful, adoring friends and family out there, you know that I would never, ever do that. And like I said, the video proof that my video was posted first says it all. That's all I have to say, other than if it continues to happen, I will have to take and start banning people from my Licking River unless they have some sweet, sweet best friend of mine with them. And that's the only time they would be allowed, because I could never tell her no.
Hey, can we do a little, just
No,
have people.
You already said you had nothing else to say.
Jay, you had your say. I'm sorry. You had your say. You wanted to say first. There's not a rebuttal to the rebuttal of the rebuttal now.
All I want is to let people in chat decide who was right or wrong.
Well, I was about to do that, but you know.
Wait, hold on. Hey, look, this is MSNBC all over again. You don't get a rebuttal, but what do you want us to do? Oh, yes, we'll do whatever you please. Whatever makes you look good and the other guy look bad, because we don't like him and we don't agree with anything he says, even though he's always right and he has the best interest of all of the catfishing community, unlike us. Whatever. You do whatever. You know what? You do whatever you want.
Yeah, David, I agree.
I'm gonna do what I want. Here's what I want to do. I'm removing them. See y'all. Thanks for coming on. I've had enough of them. So they're wanting to say, or J-Dog wants people to say in chat, if you believe J-Dog or if you believe Chad. But I'm not bringing them back up. My nerves tore up enough to this. They've got me all upset. The dogs over here are barking, screaming, and hollering. So thanks for coming up. I don't think we got. Do y'all feel like we got anything accomplished with that? Tried to work it out. Who's dooming who?
They won't talk to each other without getting upset at each other. So you got the accuser and the defendant.
Yeah.
So I say they fish it out.
I got to say
that's what I thought. That's what I thought, Steve. They need to put their beard on the line and whoever can go out there and do the best one-on-one.
I think that's a good one. You know what? Hey, chat. Do y'all think they should put their beards on the line one-on-one? We'll host it here and see. Let's just see who's scared and who's not scared. Who thinks they're the best of the Licking River, the king of the Licking River, 1v1. So we're going to bring them up and just see who has the nerve, who's not scared. If they are a man, This is one man on a boat, or they can only bring their wives, and that's it. So I'm going to bring.
Well, that ain't fair because D gets on Chad's boat and there's a ton of fish caught.
That's true. Okay, man versus
Well, you know, yeah, well, they can have.
Hold
on, Daryl. Hey, they can bring whoever they want, but it's only the guy versus the guy, their fish that count. No anybody else's. Like me and Dom are going to go against each other this Saturday.
Okay.
And
all right, so I'm going to bring them up
the same
line.
thing.
All right.
I think it's beard against beard.
This is the only way to do
No.
it. Who's the best fisherman?
I've already been banned by my wife from ever fishing beard for beard. She will never go for that. So
right, let's do nose hairs or something.
Can I pull his nose hairs with tweezers?
Let's do.
Can he pull yours?
Armpit hairs. A lot more of them there to work with.
I ain't touching his armpits.
Me either.
Come up with a funny shirt that one's got to wear on a live or something. I don't know. I don't care about my beard. I'll shave it right now. So that ain't.
Hey! I will have a shirt. I will make a shirt that says I'm a proud pay laker.
Oh, to the loser goes to the loser.
It goes to the loser, and you got to wear it on a
Waltz fishing.
Waltz tournament.
I've got a better one. The loser has to wear one that says, "Yes, I pay Lake Chad," or "Yes, I pay Lake J-Dog."
There you go. And
they got to go back. He already came up with "I pay Lake Chad." I like this because he just admitted it right there.
Okay, and you got to wear it and come back on this show and wear it again. So we'll get together. We'll get a date worked out, and so we'll settle this once and for all. It'll be 1v1, and the loser has to wear a shirt that says, "I am the king of Pate Lake for J-Dog or for Chad," something like that.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll have to have somebody else come up with something that's actually clever. But
yeah, ain't clever.
At least we got the groundwork set.
All right, so that works. All right, guys, thank y'all for coming up. We appreciate y'all. This Saturday, we have the King of the Bank tournament, actually Big Dog of the Bank tournament this weekend. The belt will be on the line. This is who I have down so far. Tonight is the deadline. If you do not sign up, J-Dog, gone fishing. There you go. Love it. Love it. I can't see that. Well, hang on just a minute, Jay. Let's put that up.
There you go.
The catfish. Oh, I love it.
You're a Blackburn.
I need one of them.
That's awesome.
Sucking up to his favorite guest again. Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool. But anyway, so this is the the Big Dog of the Lake, sponsored by Guard Dog, and it was the winner. Whoever catches the biggest fish, they're using a Guard Dog catching instrument, self-hooking. How would you say that? Automatic. There we go. Automatic fish hooker. There we go. I knew you had a way to do it. This is the people that is in the middle of it, and the winner will win a belt. It's the most weight of 3 fish. Steve, the hooker Thomas, the Swains, Dom, Big Mike, John Parker, Danny Smith, Jerry Parker, Danny Stone, Rustic, Daryl, Woody, Matt, Brian, Bert Adams, Lonnie Williams, Rivercat Tackles, and Dwight Palmer. And I've got one more also that's going to be in there. So there will be 17 total. Unless I may not be able to fish it because, like I said, I had to go back to the hospital yesterday and get the catheter back in. And it's not going real well right now. So I'm not sure if I'm able to get around to it. And I may just wind up hosting. I'll have to see where we get with that. And I'll let everybody know Friday. But if you want in this, let me know right now, because tonight's the last night. Go ahead.
We will send out the link either on
Friday night, probably.
Friday night after the show.
Friday night, we will be drawing who's on whose team Friday night on
Stan
2's channel. So you guys stay tuned for that. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. Thank you, Randy, for letting us know your back information of fishing a pay lake when you were a teenager. It's still in high school. We're glad you got that out of your system, along with some of those other things you did we want to talk about? Chad, Jado, thank you guys for coming up and being willing to talk about this. And I think we've got a solution how to, settle the score once and for all. So we're going to go around as we always do. Jay, you got one last thing to say before we get out of here?
Just thanks for having me up. I had fun.
I always do. What about you, Chad? You got anything left?
I do. I have one very, very important thing to close with, and that's J-Dog. I love you, brother.
I love you too, buddy.
I'll beat the socks right off of you anytime you want, but I love you.
Okay, Randy, you got anything?
Man, it's been a good week. Another good show. Don't forget about our tournament Saturday, 9 to 3.
Sorry, Randy.
Okay, Randy. Smell-o-vision was rough.
But, man, I can smell that all the way down here.
Lost train of thought, didn't he?
Yeah, it did. Thank you, though, for coming to the show tonight and hanging out with us. And we'll see you next week. See you in a couple of days.
There you go. What's up, Steve? What you got, Mr. Hooker?
Not much, man. Just getting excited for this weekend to fish the tournament and, hang out. I hope, I hope you get feeling better because it's kind of hard to talk crap to you if you're just going to not fish it. I mean, that really, really is a bummer, but I hope you do get feeling better.
Yeah, it is.
He's just scared of Dom.
2 more weeks. You still got Dom.
Daryl's scared of everybody.
That's right.
Oh, no, I'm taking out Dom. I'm going for Dom 100%. I was hoping he was going to come up tonight so I could talk smack to him. But since he didn't, I'm just going to take on Dom personally. This is 1v1. And, yeah, I'm coming for Dom. So hopefully he's on
Dom's nose hairs, ain't you?
Yeah, I'm going to snatch him up for the second time.
Rubber. All right, guys. Thanks for everybody coming in. Appreciate it. I'm going to try my best to fish Saturday. If not, I'll host it. But we'll see you guys Friday night. We'll see you on Friday Night Chat over on Stan 2's channel. And like I said, Chad, Jado, thank you guys for coming in.
Guys, thank you.
This is always going to be a fun channel. We're not going to try to tear nobody down or anything like that. So when you see these things come up, these titles, it's just there's going to be something to it, but it's always going to be fun. And Chad and Jado for being good sports. We appreciate you. Well, everybody out there, we'll talk to you later. See you next Wednesday. Have a good night. We're going to get out of here and say bye-bye.
See you.